Hey guys, it's Scott here from Horse Racing Daily, and today we're going to do a video on if Tacitus can win the Belmont Stakes. And this is actually my second take of the video. The first one, some of the track audio kind of drowned out me talking, so we're going to do a second try with it. But I want to thank everybody. We've surpassed the 250 subscriber mark. We're closing in on 300, and I'm going to set a very ambitious goal and say that by the Belmont, I want to get to 1,000. And where I'm still working on the website. I'm designing a few things that hopefully can kind of change the horse race community a little bit, make it where we can all really interact. There's a lot of great people in the community, but I think that the horse racing community doesn't do enough for its fans, and I want to create something that can really do a lot for its fans. And for the live stream, I plan on starting that up the week of the Belmont. I counted 10 stakes races that week, so it's going to be a great week to do a live stream. Got a lot of races to cover, a lot of studying to do. But anyways, let's get on to Tacitus. And it took him 2 tries to break his maiden, and then he took a little bit of time off, came back, raced March 19th at Tampa, got first. It was a very fast-paced race, and we'll go ahead and get on into it. He's the 10 horse, and he's going to break towards the back of the pack. He's on the outside on the green silks, but Zinden's going to fly out of the gate, and Well Defiant's going to chase him, and they're going to run some of the fastest fractions on the card that day. They come out in 22 and change for the opening quarter mile, and you can just look at it and tell by how spread out the field is and how them two are flying that they're just going at it right now. And Tacitus, he doesn't really have that top end tactical speed, but what speed he does have, he does so well at carrying it. He's just going to grind away, holds his speed that he has so well. So when he races, he does need a little bit of pace to run at, but longer distances, also benefit him and maybe need a little bit less pace to run at. But they run a 45.85 for the half. Outshine is sitting third, and he's going to run in the Wood Memorial with Tacitus, and it looks like Outshine has the best trip of them all. He's sitting just off the speed, has everything just going his way, but you'll see Tacitus moves over to the inside. And I think that might have been a key difference in the race, because the third place finisher, win, he's going to take an outside trip, and I think that cost him maybe at least second, potentially first. But he's just coming right up the rail, you see in the green with the purple cap, and he's just going and going. They run 3/4 in 109.57. That's sprint speed basically. But now the closers have taken over, and Tacitus is going to win. And that's it. And we'll go compare the race to Trackus, and you'll see 141.90 was the final time. There's a 4-year-old race that had Flameaway, ran a couple races earlier. They run 141.89, but they set much more reasonable fractions: 23.66, 47.09, 110.55. So you see they was going a lot slower on that race. So you do have to keep in mind that Tacitus was aided by a really fast pace. And we'll get on with the Wood Memorial. And he's going to be the 2 horse, and he's breaking. He's got the pink cap with the green and pink silks. And this is where Joeva and Not That Birdie just take off from the rest of the field. Around this first turn, over-deliver kind of creates some traffic issues, and Tacitus is going to take a couple of bumps, probably cost him maybe a length or 2 off his stride. But I think what happened there is going to get made up for by it being a very fast pace in front of him. And Tax ends up finishing second in the race. He's sitting in the 3rd position right now. And down the stretch, Tacitus is just going to end up just outrunning him. He's going to win by a length, but they're flying 23.62. They run the half in 46 and change, which is really fast for Aqueduct. That track generally plays slow this time of year, especially in like the December, January mark. It'll speed up at about March, April, but that's still a fast time for that track. But you see them two front runners are just running themselves in the ground. 46.91. And Tax is sitting. It looked like Tax might have had a really good chance to win this race given the trip, but Tacitus, just like I said, he just keeps coming and coming. He doesn't have the fastest speed, but what speed he does have, he holds it very well. And you see him coming. The two front runners are done at this point, 3/4 and 1:11. And right about here, Tacitus is just going to start grinding away and running right past Tax. And I noticed that if you watch Tacitus's workouts in the morning time, they don't seem all that flashy. I actually didn't bet him in the Tampa Derby because I didn't like his workouts. Hidden Scroll was just beating him in the ground. And Hidden Scroll didn't really come back to be too impressive after that maiden win. So if you're trying to watch workouts before the Belmont, keep in mind Tacitus is not the flashiest horse in the morning time. And I'll go to show you real quick. The ran at 151.10 for a mile and an eighth. If you come to the sprint race on the card before World of Trouble, they ran 23.49, 46.63. So they basically was running sprint fractions in that race. So Tacitus caught two very fast-paced races. And in the Kentucky Derby, he kind of had the, I'll use the head-on replay. And he's the number 8 horse right here. And he's going to break. And he's going to get jostled around just a touch in the opening. Not too bad, especially for the Kentucky Derby where everybody's bumping everybody. So he came away with pretty good position. But they run the opening quarter fast and 22 and change, which is expected because you get a lot of horses with tactical speed wanting to get good forward position so they don't get stuck behind horses. But they're going to slow it down to about 46 and change going to the half mile. There wasn't really a lot of horses that wanted to, I guess, press the speed. They just wanted to get good forward position. So once they got past the opening quarter, everybody got their forward position. Nobody wanted to really press the pace, and they pretty much let Maximum Security do what he done in the Florida Derby again, and set really slow fractions and just about walk away with it if he didn't get disqualified. But you'll see that here's Tacitus with the green with the pink cap. He's in behind horses, but they're going to run 3/4 and 1:12. And when I was watching the Derby live and I seen 3/4 and 1:12, I was like, there's nobody that's got a chance to beat Maximum Security setting those fractions in the Kentucky Derby. But you see Tacitus, he's going to start making his run right here. And he's going to take a little bit of a bump right there. I'm not real sure who that is. It's a number 6 horse, but that might have cost him a couple of steps of momentum. But bumping doesn't seem to phase Tacitus. He just keeps coming and coming. It might slow him down a step or two, but he's going to swing, 7, 8, maybe 9 wide around this turn. But when he gets that stretch, he's just going to keep going and going. And he's going to grind away to get 4th. But he never had a chance in that race to catch Maximum Security just because of the fractions that were set. You can't let a horse run 3/4 and 1:12 and expect to be able to run him down when a horse has talent like Maximum Security. So I say that was a very good race for Tacitus, given everything that went against him. And the Belmont has a kind of a long stretch to it, and I think that long stretch is really going to help Tacitus out a little bit because he seems to really grind away once he gets around that far turns. So I really look forward to that minimum finishing the exacta. But another thing to look at is I'll go back through previous Belmont races. 2014, Tonalist won the Belmont Stakes, and he was a Tappet. In 2015, Frosted finished second to American Pharaoh, and Frosted was a Tappet, and of course American Pharaoh was the Triple Crown winner. 2016, Creator won the Belmont, he was a Tappet, and Laney got 3rd, and he was a Tappet. In 2017, Tappert won the race, and of course he was a Tappet. And in 2018, Hochberg won the race, and Hochberg was a Tappet. So you can see never count out a Tappet in the Belmont Stakes. So I can guarantee he's going to be on all of my tickets. He's going to key my exacta. I don't really believe in doing so many win bets, maybe something to get my money back, but you're not going to go to the track and have a big win day off of just win bets. So, but Tacitus will be keyed in every, one of my tickets. But that said, I think he's got a great chance in the Belmont Stakes. And thanks, guys, for watching. There's going to be a lot more to come.